So welcome back, and in this section we're going to talk about the impact and implications moving forward post-crisis. I think leaders will need to start making their businesses profitable again. There won't be an appetite for losing money. There's a number of areas that will need special consideration as part of your strategic review. So let's go into some of those areas. Number one, I think it'll be a review of the future operating model and structure. Some examples might include silo businesses where previously there's been little evidence of integration, unless obviously there's a current exit plan. Brands that have previously been competing with one another, duplicating and not creating or adding immense value. I will predict being able to make simpler and flatter structures. Another area for consideration may be, let's assume you have a North European business which makes higher gross margins than your UK arm, which is not translating into operating margin. There may be that may be well due to layers of cost. From a growth standpoint, I would be developing focus groups, analysing the demographical reach, behaviours, benchmarking against our own internal data sets to improve things like quality, value-added services, developing a network to be connected and enter undeveloped market regions and areas. From a supply chain perspective, depending on the type of business you are, let's assume electronics, manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, you may well be looking to relocate and set up a new production site elsewhere for whatever reason. Whether that's locally or abroad, it's essential to gather independent, reliable data to evidence and support your strategic thinking. That might need due diligence on things like labour market reports, human capital trends, quality of local infrastructure, schools, colleges, quality of living standards, business incentives, and so on. There's obviously going to be a huge amount around change of policy, particularly when you take into things like remote working, around things like performance and reward, sickness procedures, data policies, and lastly, focusing on technology. Previously, where businesses were quite slow and reluctant, they have obviously been through a crash course on remote working, which will be and has been a game changer. For those businesses that were unprepared, they'll really need to think through how to better facilitate connectivity between humans and machines that doesn't hinder but improves their performance and strategy. Also thinking around how to enhance workers' adaptability to advanced technologies and skills so that basically they're able to in the future create value and not only for the consumer but the future of work.